Yes. Okay. Yesterday we have discussed about servlets and the basic things about uh, just a minute. Yeah. So we have covered yesterday. So what is the requirement of a GUI and how GUI is evolved in Java world? We have discussed, right? So and we are gone through the servlets basics also. So what is a servlet and a life cycle of a servlet? Okay, and the explanation for life cycle of a servlet and how servlet is works. That's also we covered. So for every request, there should be a separate thread will be created, and that will be served by a servlet. Okay, and so we have discussed how servlet works. So that's more explanatory about servlet life cycle. So when the web server Apache Tomcat starts up, the servlet container deploy and loads all the servlets. Got it now? So who started our Java program? Usually, so far, the main method, right? The main method will start a Java program. And who started applet? It is started by applet viewer. Java, no. Earlier we used to compile Java C, okay, and the class name. Sorry, Java C, file name. And once it is compiled, we used to use Java hyphen and the class name, right? And when it comes to servlet, applet, so we have compiled by using Java C. And when it comes to applet running, so we have used applet viewer space, so that basic HTML file name, whatever the HTML file name we have given, that we have used, right? So that's how it runs. But now in this case, servlet should be run by a server, separate server, that is called web server. So in example, Apache Tomcat, the servlet container deploy and loads all the servlets. Once the servlet is loaded, the servlet contents create the instance of servlet class. Got it now? So once servlet is started, it will create an instance of that servlet class. For each instantiated servlet, its init method is invoked. Got it now? So the init method is invoked. So in the life cycle of servlet, so what is the method? First method, first one, loading of servlet is done. When the server starts up, instantiation is creating an instance of also done, and init also done. Okay. And now the part is to service. You got it done? So you went to a hotel You have seen the menu and you have ordered the food. Now the food is ready at your table. That's how you can understand till the init. Now the client user browser sends an HTTP request to a web server on a certain port. Each time the web server receives a request, the servlet contains create HTTP servlet request and HTTP servlet response objects. The HTTP servlet request object provides access to request information, and response object allows to format the change change the HTTP response before sending to the client. Simple thing. For a given for serving a request, HTTP servlet request will be used. For sending a response, okay, HTTP servlet response will be used. No, I mean there's no big hard and fast rule here. Request will be used for creating a request. I mean holding the request data. Response is to send the response related data. That's it. And the servlet content shuts down. It unloads all the servlets and calls the destroy method of each initialized servlet. Simple thing, right? So how initialization is done? Before initialization, loading of your servlet, and instantiation of a service, instantiation, and init method call, and then how the service method, how servlet is served. Okay. Here, this is an example of HTTP servlet. We'll take this example. But before this, we'll try to use generic servlet. There is a two ways we can use servlet class. Okay. So I think I have mentioned here. Yes. So before we discussed about that, so let's try to discuss about the hierarchy of a servlet. Okay. Java lang object extends Java X servlet, generic servlet, and extended by Java X servlet X HTTP servlet. See, this is generic servlet. From the generic servlet, again, HTTP servlet is extended. Every servlet must implement Java servlet dot servlet interface. You can do it by extending one of the following two classes. One is one of the two classes is either you have to use generic servlet or HTTP servlet. You got it now, guys? So the generic from the object. So the object is super class for always. Either it is a core Java or it is advanced Java. Always under J2E technology, object is super class always. Okay. So from the object class, before this actually a servlet class will be there, because here he mentioned, right, every servlet must implement the java.servlet.servlet interface. You can do it by extending one of the following two classes. So java x.servlet generic servlet, java x.servlet HTTP servlet. The first one is for protocol independent servlet and second for HTTP servlet. Understood, na? So generic servlet is there is no hard and fast rule to use this generic servlet. We wanted to use for an HTTP protocol. What is HTTP protocol? So for HTTP, what is HTTP? You know, right? So HTTP is nothing but hypertext transfer protocol. FTP, you might have heard about FTP, file transfer protocol. What is a protocol? You generally know the protocol, nothing but the rules and regulations, right? When a big ministry is going to come to your maybe town, okay, so there should be a protocol. First, they will try to find out whether the city is peaceful or not. If the city is peaceful, then first they will send a group of some IAS, IPS kind of thing. They will come and they will check everything. They will say that, see the things, and then the bomb squad will come. They will try to check how maybe whether any miscreants happened or not. Something they will check, and later everything once they confirm. Hello, Sai, could you please mute yourself? Okay, once the policemen, or maybe some other officials informed that everything is fine, then that day he will be come, and for that also there may be many protocols. First he has to come where and what he has to do and how it should follow everything. There should be a protocol. Protocol nothing but a simple rule. There are simple steps. You just understood that. For HTTP request, for HTTP also there is a protocol. That means there should be a request, there should be a response. For HTTP, always it will listen to the hypertext transfer protocol. That means it's a text protocol. It's not a file transfer protocol. FTP is for file transfer. Okay, so for HTTP, it always look for, okay, so the text protocol, that is HTML related protocol. So from the HTTP, from the HTTP only you have to give the request. Then only it can understand, or you have to mark up your HTTP text in form of HTTP, then only it can understand. Okay, guys. So if you wanted to use generic servlet, you no need to use any protocol related one. So it's a protocol independent. And HTTP servlet is for a protocol dependent, that is on HTTP. So if you are creating a generic servlet, then you must extend generic servlet. If you wanted to create, you have to extend this generic servlet class. Generic servlet class has an abstract service method, which means subclass of generic servlet should always override service method. Got it, na? So you have to override service method if you wanted to use generic servlet class. So that's already I coded here. I'll explain everything. Just see this. So I have used generic servlet class here. Extends. So who is generic servlet class here? See this. Generic defines a generic protocol independent servlet to write an HTTP servlet for use. Extend web HTTP servlet he mentioned. Generic servlet implements servlet and servlet config interfaces Generic servlet may directly extends by servlet, although it's a more common extend protocol specific subclass such as HTTP servlet. You got it now? So if you wanted to use HTTP related stuff, you have to use HTTP servlet. But if you are going beyond the protocol independent, then you have to use generic servlet, he is explaining. So the generic servlet is actually an abstract class. Okay. Generic servlet is an abstract class. If you want to see this API, maybe not sure that I shared. I didn't share Chrome, right? Yeah, let me share it again. See this. If you wanted to see, if you wanted to understand this, you can go and check the documentation. So whatever you are seeing here, when you place your cursor upon, your mouse upon this class, the documentation it will show here. So whatever the documentation you are seeing there, right? When I open here, entire this documentation you can see there. That's the beauty of, the Eclipse. So it will load all the documentation here. Okay, anyway, so let me explain. Let us check how. See, it is superclass. It is subclass of generic. Object, right? Generic servlet. It's a class. Generic servlet is a class, but it's an abstract class. See this? Public abstract class. Generic servlet extends object, implement servlet, servlet config, and serializable. Got it now? So it's an abstract class. This is protocol independent servlet. To write HTTP servlet, you use that it is saying. And so to write a generic servlet, you need to override the abstract service method. Got it now? So only one method is there. Not one method, guys. See, was a life cycle we have discussed, right? We'll used to have a life cycle along with the log is there. So by using this log, you can print the stack trace, or you can print the errors, anything. Okay. So init and get servlet name is there. So we know to use based on requirement we'll use. Okay. Get init parameter names, get servlet config, distri is there. Who will call distri method? Who will call distri method? Web server. Okay. So when you are traveling through a vehicle, stopping of your stop at your particular place is depends on the driver or yourself. Obviously driver, right? So even though you instruct, if you did not stop, you cannot get down there. Okay. So your driver, the servlet driver is a web server. Okay. Let's see. Let's try to understand. So let's try to create simple example by using generic servlet. Okay. Before you go there, the particular, the things you need to know is you have to download web server. Where you have to download web server? From the official website, you have to download web server, that is Apache Tomcat. Apache Tomcat is a web server Of course, it is also a application server, but you just remind, you can just understand now. Now your requirement is to only a web container. Okay, so the web container, it have a web container. What is a web container, guys? Web container nothing but it have implementation regarding your web application related stuff. So it's a server, but it's also called a web container. Okay, it can hold all the servlets, all related web application related stuff. So it's a container. Okay, your all web related stuff will be there inside your Tomcat server. Okay, so the Tomcat is evolved with many versions. I think current version is so you just need to 16 or 17, I guess. Or no, some 12 now. Yeah. Here you can see. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Tomcat 10.011 is released. Okay, the current version of Tomcat is, you can see that, I mean, Tomcat versions also. Tomcat 8.5 change laga. It is 2021 9/13. Yeah. It is I mean, in 8.571 is released 2021. But what is the latest version? We can see here. Yes, here you can see all Apache Tomcat versions. So, and that supporting versions of Java. Here it is very important, guys. You cannot execute, see here, if your Java version is a 6, you can run only on your Tomcat 7. Your Tomcat, I mean, your Java 6 cannot run on, I mean, the lower versions. That's very important for you to understand. And the latest Tomcat version running is 10th version. 10th version it is running. I mean, yes, release version is 10.1 something. So we are using now 8.5. Okay, so it will support Java version 7 from 7 onwards, and later 8.5.x will support. So we have taken this. Of course, you can use 9 also, but I have downloaded 8.5x. Okay. Yesterday I have downloaded. So from where? Here. So come here. So my system is 64, I mean 64-bit Windows, right? So you have to choose 64-bit Windows. Got it now? So once you have selected 64-bit Windows, it will start automatically downloaded. Since it is just that, I mean, what is the size of this one? Yeah, I'll show you that size. Mm. You're able to see my directory, right? No. This directory you are able to see now? Yes. So I have downloaded and I copied to my D drive or somewhere else, and there I have extracted. There is no installation kind of thing, guys. Okay. So for Tomcat, there is no need to install anything. You just need to download, and you have to do unzip. Once you do unzip, the Apache Tomcat parent, this is called a parent directory, how to call. This is Apache root folder. Root folder nothing but wherever. So I have kept my Apache at D drive under Apache Tomcat 8.71. All Apache related, Tomcat related stuff is here. Okay. Here you can see the bin directory, config directory, lib directory, logs, temp, web apps, works. So open the web apps. Okay. Under web apps, you can see these many web apps. Here, if you go here, open root, now you can see um, yeah. So actually, um, if you directly deploying your web apps inside the Tomcat, we used to deploy at web apps. We have to keep our directory var file at a web app. But here we are directly using, okay. So two ways you can deploy your application. Of course, if you want to use web container, there are two ways. Directly from the Eclipse you can use. Directly you can embed your Tomcat into a Eclipse. Okay, I did that. But you can take that var file or web app file and come and paste in web apps, so that also works. Okay, I'll tell you that later, but for now you can understand. So I have downloaded Eclipse, Tomcat, and I have extracted at D drive. So the folder is, directory name is Apache Tomcat 8.7.1. This is my root directory for an Apache Tomcat server. This Tomcat server, okay, I should configure inside the Eclipse. Inside the Eclipse, okay. For you to configure inside the Eclipse, there are some steps, okay. But actually, when I download, maybe I think recent versions of Eclipse don't have a servers, inbuilt servers. The servers not visible here, but usually maybe if you are, Eclipse have servers tab here in the bottom of your Eclipse, then it's okay for you to configure. If you are not able to see this, you have to go to help in Eclipse. Okay, you have to use install new software. See, yesterday I have used this one. Yes. Once I gave this, then only I'm able to create, or actually, usually you have to get, when you click on file and create new, there should be automatically a create dynamic web project is there na, this option should come, but till night I am not able to see this until unless I have installed an extension to use Java Enterprise Edition related stuff. I have installed in my Eclipse. But in your case, if you are using older Eclipse, maybe a Luna or something else, you no need to install any other external software. But in my case, I have installed externally so that I'm able to run this servlet example inside the Eclipse. Okay, once I did this, so you have to go to show view other, inside other servers will come, server button, server tab will come. You have to use server and select servers and open. It's already open now. So here, if it is not, Tomcat is not installed or Tomcat is not configured, here install a new server, it will come here. So I have chosen install server. How to create? So you want me to create now. So you click here new, okay, server. You have to tell which server, which version of Tomcat you are using. You have to tell. Here servers are many. See this Apache type of server is there. IBM is there, Oracle is there, PHP is there, Red Hat is there, SAP is there. Okay, but since we are using a Apache related one now, it is showing Apache Tomcat servers. So we are using 8.5 point something now version. So I have chosen this. You choose it. Once you selected this, it is showing localhost, and server name also it is showing here. And the next and finish. But I'm not doing it, okay, because I already did it now. So I'm canceling it. Once you do this, you are able to see your Tomcat server here. Then you have to come here, create new using dynamic web project. You have to create a dynamic web project. I have did it. Anyway, I'll do it again. Servlet HTTP demo. Okay. Earlier is only generic servlet, right? Now we'll try to use a servlet HTTP servlet demo. Are you following me, guys? Let me just interrupt. Okay, so now I'm creating a new project HTTP servlet demo. And here I have selected, since already Tomcat is installed, configured, right? In our Eclipse, it is taking automatically. So that's it. So next. Yes, next. Content directory. So the content directory is SRC main web app. Here you have to place your web app related web app, nothing but all the web related, I mean, web application related stuff, you have to keep under web app. Finish. This is my HTTP servlet demo. The project is created. Here, if you see this, the build directory is there, src is there, under src main is there, again web app, web-inf, and web.xml. Here, web.xml is a web descriptor file. Okay, this web descriptor file is most and I mean important file. So by this only your Tomcat can load all the servlet related classes and everything. Okay, got it, guys? So let's try to solve this example. Now my HTTP servlet project is there, but I need to create. I don't have. I still need to create a servlet. So HTTP servlet we have to create, right? New class HTTP. So we have to create a package, maybe HTTP servlet demo. Finish. Okay. We'll use some HTTP servlet example. I'm copying some code here, okay? So it's HTTP servlet related demo stuff, HTTP servlet. So copy this class and replace with this one. Okay, I'll explain this one, okay? Now, what I will do is, so this is HTTP related stuff, right? So the class is ready. Now you have to, we can use same index file here. Index HTML we have used now in earlier HTTP servlet class. Why it is required? Once application is started, before you see this HTTP servlet request served, you have to call a simple simple button. For that, what is there inside this index HTML? Click call to servlet. Okay, we can use the same thing. Yes. You can just copy this. I'm trying to reuse the existing index HTML. So where you have to place under web app, you have to place your index HTML. All right. Yes. Under web app, place. If you search in internet, you cannot see web app because they used to say web content, but web content is not there in the current releases. Okay. So you have to use web app. Under web app, I have pasted now. So here I'll try to change here instead of generic servlet demo. I'll try to make it as HTTP servlet demo. Got it now? Click to call HTTP servlet. Now it is done. So what I want to do is, so once I click on that, now we have to tell that our Tomcat server, where is the path of, which class I have to load it when the web application is started. You have to tell. Okay, once you inform that, I mean, to inform that you need a structure that is already we added in. So inside web.inf there is a web.xml. This web.xml is Control Shift F. So this web.xml is called as a web descriptor file. Web descriptor file. So web descriptor. Got it now? So this web descriptor file, automatically this stuff will be there inside your web app. But this one you need to add on your own. Okay. Servlet mapping. You have to add. So this is about a servlet. This is your servlet name. And once this servlet name is called, which class you need to call, that is you are mentioning here in the servlet class tag. These are the tags, guys. In the XML, you are using some tags. These are all predefined tags. Okay. These tags implemented in the Tomcat implementation. And this mapping you are giving here. Once I give welcome, see the flows will go like this. When I give welcome, my generic servlet name will call. Once servlet name is called, it will go here. Okay, it will look for the servlet name is mapped, which is mapped with this, exactly this name. It will come here and it will call this class. That's it. Once it is called this class, automatically all whatever the code we wrote under this servlet will automatically works. Okay, I'm copying this from the previous example and come here and paste inside web app tag. Here I'm changing. So my class, the package is HTTP servlet, right? Under HTTP packet, package. So instead of a generic servlet, I'm making as HTTP servlet example. HTTP servlet example, exactly you have to keep here so that it should match. And here instead of servlet demo, my package name is HTTP servlet. That's it now, servlet. Servlet, servlet. And the class name is HTTP servlet demo. HTTP servlet demo. So that's it, done. So we are almost done. So we just need to verify again, and we have to run our program. So let's go here. Yes, I think almost done. So let's come here. HTTP servlet demo. Right click on here. Run on server. Just run on server. Save wake.xml. Yes. Yes. Next. Finish. Yes. You got an error. HTTP servlet demo is not available, it is saying. So it is not loaded. Our HTTP servlet demo is not loaded inside the Tomcat. You got an error. Let us see why. Okay, you can see the console. It will tell you there is a log. Here you can see the log. So it is all about this one. And here Java home, the software Eclipse no, and GRE. Something, yeah, command line argument, something is called here. So see this under 8080 port. So always this is important, guys. Under 8080 port, it is started your Tomcat server. And here, yes, it is not showing any error because your content is not, your HTTP servlet demo is not available. That is the issue. Okay, let's see what is the issue. HTTP. Okay, display name HTTP servlet demo. Yeah, the problem is we have copied web.xml from there. Yeah, this and these are matching. Huh? Should come, guys. Okay, no problem. Let's run again. Stop it. Stop the Tomcat server. Okay. So we should get directly this call, but we should call from the index HTML. Just a minute. Okay, let's see. Once I click on index.html, welcome. Okay, once I clicked on that, it should come. But, oh, okay, I got it. So let's use this. Run on server. Next. Finish. Yes. Click to. Now it is coming. So how? Earlier I directly run from the generic servlet, right? From the HTTP servlet class, I try to run application. That's why only that class loaded. Not this one is not loaded. Okay, now I am clicking on click to call HTTP servlet. Once I call this, here the local host 8080 HTTP servlet demo is there now. This will be here instead of servlet demo, welcome will come. See this URL will change. Yeah, on top of this HTTP servlet demo, welcome is added. Once the welcome is, this request will call your generic servlet. If you wanted to see this, you can run the same thing outside of the, actually it is using inside the browser. Which browser it is using? I think it is Internet Explorer. Okay, you can run here also. Same it will come. Suppose if you remove this welcome and hit enter, call to HTTP servlet. Coming, click to call HTTP servlet. That's it. Got it, guys? You're excited, right? Yes. Now we'll see the explanation. What is happening inside HTTP servlet demo? As I explained earlier, you have to extend HTTP servlet to use HTTP servlet related protocol stuff. So here I added some my message. That my message is HTTP servlet demo. So here see this. If you're creating HTTP servlet, you must extend HTTP servlet class, which is an abstract class. Unlike generic servlet, HTTP servlet does not override the service method. It won't override the service method. Instead, it overrides one or more of the following methods. It must override at least one method from the list below. Okay, there is a do get, do post, do put, do delete, and init and destroy. Got it now? So either you can use do get request, or post request, or put request, or delete. So what is do get will do? Usually for get, if you are getting something from the server, you will use do get. If you wanted to save something, you will use do post. If you want to modify some other information inside your application, you will use, of course, if you already student data is there, you know student ID. If you know student ID, based on student ID, you can change it now, modification. All the modification comes through do put. If anything, if you want to delete from a web page, you can use delete. And instant destroy used to close the or manage the servlet. Okay, here I have used do get. This get request I have overridden in my HTTP servlet example in our Eclipse. So this is do get, right? Public void do get. What is the request? HTTP servlet request and HTTP servlet response. See this difference between here and generic servlets are here the servlet request and servlet response. But here HTTP servlet request, HTTP servlet response. Got it, guys? And here I am writing response.set content type, text or HTML, print to writer, my message, hello friends. So we can write some other stuff also. What we can write? Okay, in the destroy method, nothing is there. Okay, only, so my message, whatever the message I kept here, that is initiated. Init method will call, right? Init method will initialize this method, data, whatever you have kept here. So this will display here, and the hello friends, and I have added some other some other matter here. Let's run this simple thing. So do get we've overridden. Under do get, this is a simple HTML code we have written. This HTML code will display inside your browser. Now let's rerun our application again. Once I made the changes, it's already reloaded. Okay. Call to HTTP servlet. Hello friends. So whatever the stuff we added, automatically it comes here now. If you want to see the same thing in the browser, go back, reload. Okay, again click here. Yes. Got it, guys? So this is about generic servlet and HTTP servlet related stuff. Tomorrow we'll do advanced. So we'll take JS piece. We'll take JS piece to demonstrate some more extra examples. Okay. Any doubts? Are you clear on what we discussed today? The most important thing is you have to install Tomcat in your in your Eclipse, or you have to install outside of the Eclipse. Then once you create that, if you follow this example, you can yeah, you can do export a var file. You can do export var file. Okay, var file you can export. So it's a hello servlet. I will explain this tomorrow. Don't confuse. Don't mess up with more stuff today. Okay. Destination also you can mention. Browse. I'll tell that there should be under web apps. Yes. Oh. Finish. Install this. Okay, anyway, I'll explain tomorrow. The most and important thing is you have to install Tomcat. If you have any doubts, you let me know. Anyway, I am recorded this class now. You follow that steps. I have recorded, kept the same steps inside my notes also. I'll share with that. You follow that. Okay. Bye, guys.